Women. They get everywhere. Once upon a time, this court was a place of men. There were rules and expectations. You knew where you were. Oh yes, there were girls. The softness in a shadow, the bulge above a corset, the promising eye, the listening ear, the sweet, pouting mouth.
Oh, Jenkin, Lewis, get out of the way. I've got work to do. The boss is near her time. Have you heard any news? Any news about her highness? What's the time?
10.
How long has it been?
Later.
I must count.
Nothing happening. Wait.
Oh God. We've had that
We've
silence
heard that before.
Please, God, don't let it be as it was before.
On this day, the 12th of May, 1684.
A silent birth, a stillborn babe, a daughter. Daughter?
No.
No life.
No use.
No breath.
No loss.
No name.
What a shame.
Go on,
But never mind. She'll
You're
go.
the dynasty and heir.
Go on.
That's the way. Good on George. Do your
George,
duty. Make us understand. On this day, on June the 2nd, 1685, a daughter.
Oh, well,
a daughter.
Nothing.
Oh, Lady Mary, Mother,
Dynasty
all alive.
Good show.
Well done.
Job not quite done.
Oh, no.
And deliver us a son. On this day, the 12th of May, 1686,
Another daughter.
as is getting to be a habit.
Lady Mary has a sister.
Yay.
Keep trying for a mister.
On this day, 21st of January, 1687, still this family wants marriage. No name. Well, at least we have the daughters.
God protect the little daughters from
The pox.
On this day, the 2nd of February, 1687,
The Lady Mary passed away to rest with God.
4 years.
6 children lost.
A royal heart breaks as any other.
But grief does not become the sister of a queen. Heavy doors are closed against her pain. It is not seemly.
It's a tragedy, I know.
Very sad and everything,
But she needs to let it go and beget a future king.
April, May, June, July, August, September, the years tick by. Must leave the martyr bed sometimes and make herself
I know, but priorities, I mean...
November, December,
With the ghost of indignant children, we lie in palace corridors and wait.
the valley swell.
The summer swoons, the fateful day will be dawning soon.
Have you heard any news? Any news about her highness? What's the time?
5.
Did you hear Miss Joyce?
5. Glory, glory,
Glory, a boy, a boy, a boy. On this day, July the 24th, 1689, a son is born, a son is born. Oh, hail Prince William, Duke of Gloucester, Saviour of the Protestant line.
William, sweet William, so many lives depend upon this pink and squawking prize, and I have never seen such love in any mother's eye. William? The wet nurse, quick, put him to the tit. Not just any tit, get me Mrs. Sharman. Rich and nourishing as double whipped cream, you'll latch on like a dream. Gentlemen, please let him feed in peace.
I say, it's rather stirring when Mrs. Atkinson gets strict.
Oh, yes. You could do worse than a bit of discipline from the chief nurse.
Well, that's a blessed relief, I must say. I was beginning to think the poor mare was cursed. It's a shame the Almighty gave such a vital role to such a delicate vessel. False alarms, stillbirth.
Yes, it's been a time of great stress and heartache for us all. But I think I'll be okay.
Quite so. Here's to an actual Protestant English boy with actual cock and balls, in line for the crown of this glorious land.
Cheers!
Plus, there is never a bad time to celebrate sticking it up the Tories.
Oh, no. Hey, steady on. I'm a Tory myself.
Yes, well, you always were a bit peculiar. Anyway, we'll both do well by this.
Look out. I feel a gavotte coming on.
Go on, Bartholomew! Shake that ankle, shake it!
What a little godsend the newborn prince is. What a little bundle of bouncing joy.
Rid us of the gals, God preserve us from the bells and smells.
And all the Jacobites and Jills
can go to hell and run there!
What a little godsend for the glorious revolution. If for a Tory like me there'll be promotion. In the Protestant court I could see myself advancing.
That's why I feel like dancing.
Ooh. Yeah! What a little goss and the newborn princes. What a little bundle of bouncing joy. There is such a mood of elation since this arrival of a blue-blooded Protestant, Stuart by direct descent, French-hating, Catholic-baiting, king-in-waiting, great God-given boy!
Mrs. Atkinson. I mean, Mrs. Sharman is the creme de la creme, and even she can't persuade him to feed. We might have to look outside the usual ranks.
Hear ye! His Royal Highness Prince George and Her Royal Highness the Princess Anne do command every robust and healthful woman in the kingdom with an abundance of flowing milk to present herself to Hampton Court, and do give promise of a most generous reward for whosoever is found. Whoa, steady on. Whoa.
Next in line, off you go. Speak when spoken to, keep your voice low. Bow your head, avert your face, and when directed, offer your gifts to his grace. No. The prince won't take them, you won't take a taste of them. Oh, William. Next in line, off you go. Speak when spoken to, keep your voice low. No, he doesn't want to know. Next. Wait, this one has no milk to flow. She tried to feed him gin from a flask inside his sock, and that's Fred the baker with 2 cocks down his frock. Take him away. Who's next? You? No, it's useless. No one will do. The prince won't take to them. He won't take a taste of them. Oh, William, we've lost so much. We can't lose you too. Her Highness must not speak of it. She must not think of it. But just beyond the candlelight, she sees them. And at the end of every day, when the world has gone its way, she speaks to them. Their mother comforts them. She sings her love to soothe them in their shadows. But she sees them, and those who called them second best say leave them. But they were lovely as a star, brighter than the sun by far. She needs them. Their mother feels their touch, as soft as snowflakes, fragile and unique, drifting just beyond the dusky shadows, just a moment still. She sees there.
He's getting weaker, but he just won't feed. It's hopeless.
Your Highness!
How many more do we have?
Your Highness, half the kingdom seems to be here. They're sitting on the stairs,
Queuing into the courtyard.
trampling the flower beds.
Yes, but how long until we find the right one? The child is ailing.
I promise we won't rest until we find the right nurse.
Thank you, ladies. Please.
Who is that?
Who, Your Highness?
There, look.
Oh,
Never in my life have I seen such magnificent breasts. Surely they must harbour a thick and lavish amplitude of milk.
Your Highness, I should point out, she is absolutely filthy.
Yes, Mrs. Fortress, but who cares if her milk is rich as butter? Send her in.
Your Highness, there are...
Send her in.
You, what's your name?
Who's asking?
I'm assuming you're here for the reward? If you want to set your grubby foot on the first rung of the ladder, you'll keep a civil tongue in your head. Nay.
Mistress Pack to you.
I'm Mrs. Atkinson, this is Mrs. Fortress. We are the royal household's chief nurses. Our footman here will take you to the royal nursery. When you are presented to the prince, you will make a curtsy.
Oh, to the baby. Does he care?
You will then take him to your breast. And
Oh,
I'm
look,
sure-
love, I know how to feed him. I've got a great deal more experience than you ever looking at your top half, unless someone's taken a flat eye to it. Sonny, I know how to walk. Look after this. Right then, where is the little bugger?
This will never work. She's dirty.
She leaves.
We haven't got the time for it. The child is growing weak. He'll take a sniff and catch a whiff.
And I can guarantee he will give a short shrift.
A man may be a king.
A man may have power and distinction.
But no man can begin.
No man can begin without a woman's first gift. Give the breast, give the jug, give the boob, give the knocker, give the globe, give the orb, give the titty, the bazooka, give the bosom. Give the soul, give him life. Give your all.
It's never going to work. She's clumsy.
She's rough,
She treats him like a goddess. She's businesslike and gruff.
but steady on.
He's latching on. His tiny mouth's a perfect fit around the nipple.
The happy little fellow's cheeks go in and out like bellows.
And he begins to suckle. Give the cream, give the nectar,
Pearly white, gold as butter,
give the magic, give the spirit.
sweet as honey, soft as velvet.
Give the balm, give the boost, fresh as juice, smooth as silk. Give him life, give him strength,
Give him love, give him will.
One thing I know, one thing no one else can show me, the only kindness that bastard fate bestowed on me. One thing I know, all my days people told me I'm stupid, useless, waste of air, nothing there between the ears, love. All my days people took me for granted, hurt me, worked me, treated me like the dirt they worked on. Had a mother, oh yes, and a father. Was the pity? Dragged me up by the scruff of my neck, said you gotta get tough to get by in this city. Took the bell and the boot to make me do as I was did. Got an hiding if I didn't and an hiding if I did. So I got myself a lover and I hopped into his bed. And we had to get wed, just in time to have the kid. And that's how I discovered
can show me the only kindness that bastard fate bestowed on me.
Give the cream, give the nectar, pearly white, gold as butter, give the magic, give the spirit, sweet as honey, soft as velvet, give the balm, give the boost, fresh as juice, smooth as silk, give him life, give him love,
One thing
give him
I I've never seen the like. After all that trouble, he took to her like a duck to water,
Yes.
a cow to pasture,
Yes.
a sow of a trough.
Yes, well, she certainly seems to have a way with the child.
It just goes to show you can have all the high and mighty titles you like, but in the end, a babe's a babe. And it needs a real woman, not an ironing board. Impudence! Mrs. Atkinson is a highly
Don't
experienced.
trouble, Mrs. Fortress. It isn't worth the effort. Thank you for your services, Mrs. Pack. You may collect your remuneration and we will notify you when we next...
It's a miracle! Have you seen him? Oh, my happy boy! Oh, Mrs. Pack, how can we ever thank you? Oh, Her Highness, my dear Anne, is beside herself with relief and joy. Please, make yourself at home while we have your new apartments prepared.
Apartments?
Oh, no question. You cannot leave us now, Mrs. Pack. We will not hear of it. My boy will not hear of it. Oh, give your home address to my man and we'll have your belongings brought here. Oh, home address? What am I saying? This is your home, Mrs. Pack. You are home. And you must be at ease. Oh, anything you need, simply say the word and we will provide. Oh, my William.
That is nice. Isn't that nice? It's nice to be appreciated for once in my life, and now that I think about it, I am a bit parched and peckish. Got to keep me strength up now I'm feeling for two.
3, surely. Your little boy, Mrs. Pack, is safely in the care of one of our nursery maids in case we were worried about him.
Oh, it's a quiet one, that. Won't give you any trouble.
And what do we call him?
Call it what you like, you won't answer.
His name, Mrs. Pack.
Oh, Master Peck. Johnstone. Have you got any gin handy?
We can send out for gin, or there is always a plentiful supply of brandy on the premises.
Oh, that'll do. I've got to have a little rest and refreshment before the babe's next feed. Tie very much, eh?
I beg your pardon.
Dismissed! La la la, doobie doobie, pom pom. I could do with a little bit of cheese. I love a bit of stinky. Oh, cheese.
Bring the cheese, bring a wagon load of Stilton cheese.
Quick, please.
Quick, she's got a hankering for cheese.
Can't have cheese if you haven't got a little bit of walnut pickle.
Walnut pickle?
And I'm sorry to be fickle, but I'd love another tipple. A nice pork wine with the cheese, I think. But I'll keep the brandy by likes, variety and drink.
Pickle,
Bring a tipple.
all
Bring
the
another
pickle,
tipple.
pickle,
Bring a tipple.
all
Bring
the
another tipple.
pickle. Take, give and take.
I could die for a slice of rabbit pie and a little dish of turnips on the side.
Rabbit pie and a platter full of turnips.
Ooh, now wait,
No, wait.
On a plate of potato, sliced thin and fried. Oh, madam, you're a royal guest now.
You speak very much.
So, would you care to taste the best now?
What did you have in mind?
Beef alamo.
Oh, venison and partridge.
Not being
And
fancy.
spiced plum tart. Have some
the kitchen.
plum
Get another
and
batch.
rum punch. Some plum
Make
and
life
rum
fit to
punch.
see.
I need some jewellery.
Bring us stockings, her fashion sense is shocking.
And gloves.
Bring us stockings,
And
her
I
fashion
tell
sense
you
is
what
shocking.
I'd love.
Satin slippers,
I'd
a pair of satin slippers.
Some salted kippers.
She knows how to
take and how to
take.
give and take. Oh, my pet, my pet.
Your Majesty. Your Highness, you wish to be told when Prince William was awake.
Oh, yes. Bring him in, Marcus.
Oh, stop, don't pull at him like that, you'll hurt him.
Haven't you heard the memo? I'm never to be contradicted in this house.
Oh, here he is, my little soldier. Mrs. Pack is his guardian angel, Mary.
As I live and breathe, ma'am, you need never worry about it, him, as long as I'm alive.
His head is still quite large, Anne. What do the doctors say?
Oh, that's just the size of the royal brain.
They do drain the fluid as often as they can. He doesn't like it one bit, do you, darling?
Oh, poor pet. But we must look after you, you see. After all, you are a very important little personage.
You must excuse me. I need to.
Oh, yes, of course. It's been a whole 10 minutes, I'm sure. Well, Mrs. Pack.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything to report?
Well, first off, there was talk of the king.
What kind of talk?
Just as how he's a miserable foreigner. Begging your pardon. But that is to be expected from a Lutheran.
Oh. What else?
Saying as how they missed the book and the bell.
I knew it! I knew there was popery bubbling in the corners like sewage. And who was responsible for this seditious prattle?
Mainly one of the nursery maids, Ferguson. She's a right little minx, if you ask me.
Quite so. But nursery maids are not really my concern. I mean, I need to know my sister's turn of mind. If it's ever possible to get past her guard dog, Sarah Churchill.
Oh, you leave that to me. Lady Sarah never gives suck to her babe, did she? Oh, keep the ears flapping.
Oh, that's better. Oh, Mrs. Pack, Jenkin Lewis is waiting to take his grace for a drive. And I'm sure Her Majesty has a busy day.
Yes, of course. There you are, William. Off you go with your true guardian angel. Goodbye, sister. Oh, no, really. Don't get up for me. You might as well stay down.
Oh, shut up! For God's sake, someone help me up!
Right, that's it! That is it! She's got to go, Mrs. Fortress. That's all there is to it. She's got to go.
Well, that put me in my place. I didn't even reach the cadetta.
Don't let her get to you. I mean, her deal passed, and it can't be very much longer now that sweet William is weaned. Then we can all get back to normal.
Without so much as a bag of leave or thanks for the effort.
Can we, though? She'll always be the woman who saved the heir to the throne.
My ombrage is all over the shop. God, that talk you shop was a bloody travesty.
And you know I don't moan about money, Mrs. F. But to have my pay docked just so her trough can be filled, it's too much.
Yes, that does rankle. It's not as if they pay us our due in the first place.
Well, tell me about it. What, years and years of experience and practice, and what do you get? Oh, the royal court. Oh, good exposure. Oh, aye, and you can pop down to the nursery and see if there's any leftovers when you're done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can call for some bread and butter and a jug of ale if you like.
Wonderful. I'm Arthur, by the way.
Atty, this is Mrs. Fortress.
What, no first names, not even for a musician?
Only men have first names in this place, Arthur. I mean, if Atty and I are ever written into the histories of England...
Fat chance!
Even then, nobody will ever know the names our mothers gave us. I mean, but we lost to the winds.
True, Mrs. F.
True, Mrs. A.
Very, very true.
And if they ever wonder who is I,
Who are we? Who are you?
they'll say nobody really knew.
And it's true, not a clue.
I'm Arthur.
Quite apart from Arthur.
If you're entitled to a title, then it's quite another game.
Your Majesty.
Your Highness.
Your ladyship,
Your Grace.
coupled with a first name to put to the face.
And Mrs. has no call for it.
And Mrs. knows her place.
The name of Mother Cluder.
The name her lover wooed her
The
in.
name that you want me has disappeared.
Disappeared without a trace. One day, you mark my words, they're going to find a way to capture music and store it so you can listen to it again later. And then everyone will remember who the bugler is.
Well, cook will have ale and cake for you down in the scullery. That's 2 floors down, 3rd on the left.
Oh, splendid. Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome, Alfred. On this day, this 14th of October, 1690,
the boy George lived a few moments.
On this day, 23rd of March, 1694,
Stillborn,
no name. Ah, here's the young prince. Look how red his face is. I hope that carriage ride wasn't too rough and rumbustous, Jenkin Lewis.
Oh, stuff and nonsense, Atty.
That's Mrs. Atkinson to you, Mr.
Oh,
Lewis.
is it indeed?
It is during working hours, at any rate.
Well, in any case, Mrs. Atkinson, the boy needs to get out there and feel the weather. Isn't that right, Your Highness?
That's right. I'm not a baby, I'm a general. I'm going to fight off the French invaders. Auntie Mary, Her Majesty, said that I can have a battalion of boys from Eton to practice commanding.
Well, that's lovely.
Hup, 2, 3, 4, about 10. Oh, careful, careful. Try not to get excited. You know you're not too steady on your feet at the best of times, my love.
Where is the boy? Stand up, George. Your father is waiting for you upstairs, and if you are caught stumbling again, you will be taught to walk properly by the birch.
But I can't do it! My feet won't work on the steps. I'll fall.
Come on, lad, be a man. You can do it.
I can't!
Do your best, William. Your father's waiting.
It's brutal. Oh, it's normal. Whoever heard of a royal prince who can't put one foot in front of the other?
The boy can't walk. That's not his fault. He can't be beaten back to hell.
Not elf, endurance.
I'm going to him. The boy's in pieces.
It's not the child who's weeping.
One thing I know that no one else can show me. One thing I know, how it grows. It grows with you like a part of your soul. From your very first cry when you're scared of the dark, and the only reply is an angry bark. It grows with a shake of your shoulder, a slap on your leg, and as you grow older, a pinch on the ear, a slap round the head, a whack on the rear till your backside's red. Pinch, punch every day of the month,
All for your own good, because they love you so.
How could she know? She'll never know. Never know. She dries his eyes. She sings him lullabies. I had no song when I'd done something wrong, and what I'd done was always wrong. One thing I know, one thing he must discover, it isn't love that makes you fit to govern. It's knowing how to come back from a beating, how to get up on your feet, and how to live on. That makes you strong. I know.
Where's Lewis?
He's with the horses, mucking out the stables where he should be.
Jenkin is a manservant, not a stable lad.
Oh, I'm sure Jenkin is all man and ever so servile when it suits you both.
You can't bear to see anyone else happy,
Hold
can
your
you?
tongue.
Well, I hope it gives your life purpose, Mrs. Pack. All your orders and your fads, all your spying and your meddling. I hope it fills your heart with joy.
Yes, thanks.
hope you enjoy your life of luxury. With Mr. Pack and Master Joel, it would be tragic to think of you all in the years to come, trapped in your grace and favour apartment, without grace, out of favour, and always apart, yet shackled together in the bleak and loveless trudge towards the grave. All I'm saying, Mrs. Pack, is maybe if you tried giving out more love, you might get some more back.
Thank you for your kind advice. And if I may return the favour, I'd counsel you to be very careful of the company you keep. Lewis is so close to the young boy. And you know what they say about the Welsh? They're all smiles and bears to your face. And as soon as your back is turned, they're all treason and plot.
Jenkin would never say a word against the prince. He dotes on the boy and William dotes on him.
Oh yes, well maybe you can remind Jenkin that little boys outgrow their playmates. Anyway, you'll find him in the stables, as I said, up to his knees in the shit.
You meddling, vicious, nasty, petty-minded bitch!
Oh, you've done it now.
You vindictive cow!
Give me out with your prim little arse.
Your airs and your orders, what a farce, you're just a backstreet sow!
I see through your simper and your flutter eyes and your cut-glass accent. Your simper won't disguise it, you're just a posh slut. Spoiled brat had it easy.
Oh, what would you know about that? So Atty had it easy, had everything she pleased.
That's what I heard.
From the start, at the heart of a tender, loving family, cosseted and pampered like a pretty little pet, then guided up the ladder by her enterprising dada to be settled in her station with the very smart set.
Little madam.
Oh, Atty had it easy, lemony, lemony, squeezy.
That's right.
Not quite. Sometimes the truth is a lie. And since you ask,
I didn't ask.
I'll tell you why. You and I, Mrs. Pack, you and I, if they'd let us, Mrs. Pack, we could fly. We could knock the politicians and the yes men and their minions and the sycophants and suckers up into a cocked hat.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
Me and you, Mrs. Pack, me and you. They don't know what Mrs. Pack we can do.
What will we do?
Oh, we've got power in the kitchen over scouring and stitching, and we're leaders in the nursery as if it's all we're fit to be. And it's Mrs. Which, Mrs. What, Mrs. Make a pot of tea, Mrs. Where, Mrs. Who, Mrs. Buckle up my shoe and pick him up and mop him up, and Mrs. Disappear from you.
And what would you prefer to do?
Mrs. Pack, there's nothing we can't do, me and you. For Atty has a brain and Atty has a tongue.
That's true.
And on the very day my childish life was done, as soon as they said that I bled from my girlhood into womanhood,
Understood.
Dad rubbed his hands and said, my dear, you're now desirable goods. Time to find a husband with a title or free. That's the way it's always been and always has to be. A dowry and the flower of your sweet virginity will be traded for a place within the aristocracy.
Well, bloopity-doopity-doo, you're breaking my heart. Poor old you.
Oh, but his lordship didn't want me, he left me on the shelf. He didn't want a wife who spoke up for herself. He wanted a whore and an ornament, he wanted a womb. And Papa didn't want a spinster just taking up room. So I went my own way, and I made my own rules. Mrs. by name, but nobody's fool. My ears and eyes and instincts were my finishing school. I may be in service, but I'm no pack mule. I am me, Mrs. Pack, I am me. And it may not make me happy, and I may well end up lonely, and I may not ever show who I can be. But I am me, Mrs. Pack. Maybe we're not as different as you think.
Very touching, but also treason.
What?
Well,
Oh, why are we given powers in the kitchen and the nursery?
what other powers might you be after, Mrs. Atkinson?
You know I didn't mean...
Well, it's not for me to judge. I just report what I see in here, and the rest is up to Her Majesty.
to go back to stable duties with immediate effect. No more contact with the little lad.
Oh, Jenkin, it'll break his heart.
Oh, I don't know. The boy's probably bored with me in any case, you know how children are, but it might do a little damage to mine.
This is Mrs. Pack's work. I'd wager my last shilling.
We'll never be rid of her. The princess won't hear a word against her.
What about her guard dog? But Lady Sarah, listen to me. Churchill. She and the princess are so close.
If we could get Lady Sarah on our side.
It might be the end of Mrs. Pack. Lady Sarah, Lady Sarah, won't you whisper in the royal ears? Pack is a busy body, nosy, meddling biddy, and she does not belong around here. Oh no, she never will belong around here.
She's undeniable.
She's lying a terrible liar. Her gossip won't stand up to scrutiny. Greedy, ambitious, seedy, ambitious, a rattle our roots. So Lady Sarah, there's nobody fairer. She's her play, but you can save us. Shame her, defame her, and keep on till she's packing. But she will never be alone. She doesn't belong here. She don't belong. Oh no.
She's just a joke, a fishwife in frills and a feathery hat. She licks up the dough with her poisonous tongue, then she's off like a scullery rat. You may as well be any old man Jack if you can't give a troublesome servant the sack. So prove you truly love me still and remove the pack. She does not belong, she doesn't belong around here. Your Highness, you called for me.
Do you remember the first day that you came here, Mrs. Pack?
Eh?
All those women desperate to give up their milk for the good of the nation.
Oh yes, but only Mrs. Pack had the knack.
Indeed. There were no curtsies, ma'ams, or your highnesses then. You had a rough manner and a sharp tongue. I liked that.
Oh, well, that's thanks to you, Your Highness, your kindness. They do say you are as you attract.
Do they? And so if you are treated with betrayal, a bond of trust is broken, and we, in turn, feel less inclined to be loyal. A good friend of mine has informed me that you have the unfortunate habit of listening at doors, Mrs. Pack, and a less fortunate habit of carrying tales. To my sister.
Oh, ma'am, I know. That boy would be as dead as the rest of them if it weren't for my milk.
I'll be eternally grateful to you for saving the life of my son. But in time, all children outgrow their nurses. Now, I must depart to the concert hall. There's a musical diversion being performed by some ladies in waiting.
For a while, I was somebody. But then the circle shuts tight. And those people, they're just waiting for you to go. Your Highness, I've been feeling unwell for some time now, and I fear the pox may be upon me, and for the sake of the little prince, I ask to be relieved of my duties with immediate effect.
How low is that?
Well, she's out of our hair now. We can afford to be generous.
That's right. Let's not waste our breath speaking mean of that ill-minded, gutter-bred old cow.
She'll never, never darken our door. No, we will never see her back no more.
Pardon me, your ladyship. I just wanted to thank you on behalf of all the nursery staff for your help with our difficulty.
What difficulty?
With our former colleague, Mrs. Pack. She's finally gone.
Oh, well, I heard about Mrs. Peck, and apparently she's succumbed to the pox. And actually, the princess's own physicians have been in attendance to her. The poor wretch.
He asks every day how she is. You'd think she'd been kindness itself to the boy.
Well, he knows what it is to be generous now, thanks to you.
And how is Mrs. Pack today, William? Have you heard?
I didn't send for news today.
And why not?
There's no point today. Mrs. Pack is dead.
Oh, hush! Where did you get such a morbid imagination?
It's not my imagination. Mrs. Pack is dead.
And how would you know if you haven't sent for news?
I don't know how I know.
Well.
But it doesn't matter now. She's dead. I'm going to draw up my troops for manoeuvres. No, you can't come, Atty. The training ground is only for men.
Oh, I see. Doctor, sir.
Yes.
Doctor, wait. Is there news of Mrs. Pack?
Mrs. Oh, yes, the wet nurse. Well, Mrs. Pack is doing as well as can be expected in the circumstances. That is to say, she's dead.
What?
Well, anyway, I must look on to the living. Queen Mary is ailing, and I must look ahead. I cannot raise the dead, so I must save the Queen.
And so it goes. It comes to us all, I suppose. The skies above us, the people who love us will fade like the summer rose. And if they ever wonder who was I, who were you, they'll say nobody really knew. That's how it goes.
One thing I know, we stir the surface for a while, we raise a storm, we turn the tide, but when we've gone, the waves subside, the tempest stilled, the words forgot, the space is filled. We slip between the lines of history, not even worth a mystery of our stories end. In other lives, in other times, perhaps I should have tried to be a friend.
Not likely.
No, probably not. You heard about Mrs. Pack?
Oh, God rest her soul. But the child, I mean, he knew. Atty, I don't know how, but he knew.
Will you miss her, William?
No.
On this day, the 28th,
Her Majesty
she passed away. God rest her soul. Amen. Quarrels may last a lifetime, but a lifetime may be all too brief.
Her Majesty and Prince William are reunited in their grief.
Very poignant.
Very touching,
But
but there's
there's
business to be done.
One heir is simply not enough.
George, back to work, my son. Satisfaction, give her one more.
On this day,
14th of February,
16th of September,
1686, miscarried.
one twin miscarried, one stillborn.
25th of March, 1697.
December day, 1697.
Miscarriage.
September 1698.
Stillborn.
14th of January, 1700.
Stillborn. Stillborn.
On this day, the 30th of July, 1700, His Grace Prince William, at 11 years of age, took fever and passed away. Just a moment in the dusky shadows, and they're gone. But still, she sees them.
On this day, 1702, His Majesty King William passed away.
The king is dead. Long live the queen!
And the reign of Queen Anne began.
Women, they get everywhere.
She died aged 49 with no living heir. The reign of the Stuarts had ended, and the Georgian era began.